United Blaze of Brotherhood challenge. So Plarium put out this fun little challenge for the content creators. Rules are fairly simple. Fight 10 classic arena battles using a team that features none other than the free login champion, Ezio Auditore. The goal is to score as many victories as possible and kill as many opponents as possible with Ezio Auditore. So there's some additional rules. Gotta be in Gold 5 in Classic Arena, no mythical or legendary champions, no duplicates, cannot fight opponents with less than 4 champions on defense. We have to refresh the list of opponents at the very beginning of the challenge. Other than the invalid team discussed, no skipping allowed, right? Have to hit every single team until 10 fight is completed. If we had to skip due to special cases, we can refresh the page and start from the top of the new page until we have 10 battles completed. Finally, we must use the same team for all 10 battles, no changing team members, relics, masteries, gear in between fights. So that sounds very doable, right? So let's get into the fights here. See how we do here. So over here, if we can see, I'm just getting into the arena battles. And one of the key things here is, for those that know me, don't know me, I'm Calfish. I'm endgame free-to-play player, right? I've been playing Raid for 6 years now, somewhat of a veteran, if I do say so myself. And when I looked at Ezio's kit, I can immediately tell he's great for early to mid game accounts, right? Because at that stage, your main focus is clan boss, and he offers like a lot of the good things, like decreased defense and poisons. Both debuffs, both are which excellent for clan boss. For late game players, you might be starting to look for PvP applications, and Ezio can be used quite efficiently in PvP as well. Ezio, on top of being like a normal damage dealer, he's got decent multipliers, 4 times attack on the AoE skill. Also applies poisons and conditional bombs, right? I'll show the build at the end, and you'll see what I cooked up to fully utilize his kit and gain maximum value and damage. Um, and I'm sure you noticed already, my Ezio is level 50 and 5 stars, right? Uh, that's right, he's not even maxed or fully ascended, doesn't have fully upgraded gear, is using a rare relic, has none of his skill upgraded. That's right, uses 0 out of 12 possible legendary bugs, no books, and barely has any masteries. So is really like a bare bones Ezio, if you want to call it that. Only the only damage dealer I'm bringing in on the team as well. So I guess we're probably not gonna win the content creator challenge, but I just want to see Ezio's potential. With plenty of room for improvement, how does he perform at 5 stars? Um, in terms of the rest of the team, since we can't use legendaries or mythicals, I just brought in some epics, right? And the build is very standard, very straightforward. Speed team. That way, it's gonna be easiest, fastest way of farming normal arena, right? And now Ezio has a speed aura, so he's in lead. And we have my boy Seeker, from back in the days when he was like a key piece of my clan boss team. Seeker offers increased attack, which is great for Ezio, boosts his damage. Also offers a 30% turn meter increase, so that's great for going first and make the rest of your team go, right? Um, this boost is actually comparable to Arbiter, so very underrated epic. Also, Seeker's A1 has a chance to provoke. You see me in some fights, I'll like, while autoing, I'll target certain champions. That's to tell Seeker who to attempt to provoke. It's very effective. And then finally, Seeker's passive puts the increased defense on the team if it's hit by a critical hit. It's very important to put Seeker higher up in the team order so that the rest of the team can benefit from this increased defense. Especially important if you're getting hit by like a AoE enemy area of effect attack, right? So that you take less damage. The next piece we have is a lockout champion, Basher. Now, his lockout is only increased cooldown duration by 2 turns, which is in practice only delays the enemy by 1 turn. But in this case, 1 turn is all we need to nuke down the enemy because we're running the standard speed team. Now, the final piece of the puzzle is the strip and decrease defense champion, and for that I use Madame Serris. Her strip and decrease defense is not a hit, plus she's a void champion, so very reliable anyways, right? Um, yeah, so that's the team I'm going with. Um, Back in my days, this is very standard. You just do like a speed boost, buff up, do a lockout, strip, put up decreased defense, and then nuke. I farmed a good portion of my Great Hall medals this way. Is the oldie but a goodie, right? So let's see how we're doing in the arena fights. Mostly we're just on auto because it just saves time, right? It's just very efficient, and we're just trying to go through these teams with whatever champions we have. Now, of course, being a 5-star Ezio, he's gonna be very low HP, and he has the highest crit damage, so the enemy team is gonna target him. He does have that veil at the start, but once that runs out, he's very squishy, right? Being 5-star, he just has no HP, no defense, so people are gonna target that, and it's gonna be bad. So we have to try to just one-shot the enemy really fast. So here we boost up, attack up. Increased attack is very important for attack-based champions. It boosts their damage significantly. And over there you see that the Bad El Khazar actually didn't die from the initial hit, the nuke. However, what happened was, is there more? Okay, yeah. So Bad El Khazar didn't die from the initial nuke, but he did get some poison applied to him. And because of my build that I'm going to show earlier, poisons actually do a lot of damage on Ezio, right? So the poisons tick when they actually do take their turn. They're going to take, I think it showed like 16,000 damage. So yeah, each tick is going to do a lot for the enemy. And when they do take their turn, they're actually gonna die to the passive damage of poisons. So over here, because we skipped the 2 teams at the end, they were just one-man defenses. We don't want to do that. So we refresh the page and we're going again, right? We're doing 2 more. So here I'm targeting Sifi because Sifi is probably gonna be the most annoying. Even her A1 is gonna do irresistible sleep on my champions, so I want to get rid of her first. Next, ideally, I want to get rid of their damage dealer, but he's under veil, so I can't. Over here, we're just targeting Duchess then, trying to take her out. The single target, 133k on Ezio, pretty good. The single target, of course, hits harder than the AoE. Even though this is a level 50 Ezio, not fully there yet, but it's doing damage. And partially is because of the team composition and how we're built, and partially is because I also have the gear, right? Like I put the increase, the ignore defense gear, lethal gear on Ezio, so it's boosting his damage by a lot. Over here, we're doing the AoE. We're putting up some poisons on the enemy team. And then it's very important that we select the target at this point. Don't want this Sile of Drakes to revive anybody, provoke her, and nuke, right? So yeah, that's 10 fights right there. I think that's it. In terms of the champions, I just want to quickly go over what we're working with in terms of the champion and the builds. So first is Ezio, right? Ezio, you can see here, this is the stats we have. His most important thing, you want to go for high attack because he's a attack-based champion. HP and defense are less, less important because those are for survivability. You want good speed, 100% crit to be crit capped, crit damage as high as possible. Resistance not really relevant, but accuracy, you do want some accuracy. No, I because I'm using not even level 16. Like if I can upgrade this one to level 16, it will give us more accuracy and more crit damage. That would be great. But yeah, accuracy, you definitely want some accuracy. I would aim for at least 300 so that you can put the poisons on the enemy, like buffers, debuffers, nukers, that kind of thing. Might not work on enemy resistance champions, but yeah, 300 is what at least minimum what I would aim for, right? Um, yeah, over here, in terms of the sets, right? Sets I used 4-piece pinpoint and 4-piece lethal. You don't have to use pinpoint. I use pinpoint just because he puts a lot of debuffs, and I don't want him to turn into a sheep. In the arena battles, a lot of times enemy might run like polymorph blessing, and if you are trying to put poisons on them, and you turn into a sheep, is really bad, right? And the reason is really bad is because of this relic. So I equipped the poison elixir relic on him, just in case my initial damage is not enough. I'm gonna put poisons on them, and then when they do take the enemy do take their turn, they're gonna get ticks of the poison, which is gonna do, as we've seen, like 16,000, like a good amount of their damage, right? Um, so this elixir is very, very good for PvP, for putting poisons on enemy champions, especially if your champion is attack based, that you have a good amount of attack, and yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage. I even put in like a gem here, where damage increased by 1% for every 100 accuracy they have. That's very good. Yeah, as you can see here, no books, right? Absolutely none. This is a bare bones Ezio. Because of the logging, I got a 5-star soul kind of for free. So lethal dose, together with that elixir, poison elixir relic, is what's enabling him to do like 16k poison damage per tick on the enemy. Um, this one is very, very important. If you're using Ezio for PvP, that's the one you want to pick. And then over here, masteries, I didn't do much. I just picked the crit rate, crit damage, and then the little bit of increased accuracy. That's it. Didn't do masteries for him. Don't need to. Just want to see what his potentials could be, right? Lots and lots of room for improvement. For Seeker, just he's a booster. Just be fast, right? Only thing I care about. I have no relic on it. Blessing not important. Masteries again not important. Just be the fastest. The second piece, if I can find, no, I found the third piece. Madame Serris. Over here, we want good amount of speed, so it goes before your Ezio, and you want accuracy, right? Over here, I have 670. So yeah, that's the most important thing. You want to be able to strip, and you want to be able to put the decreased defense on the enemy. Yeah, I put, I think, pinpoint on it just so that Serris doesn't turn into a sheep. No relic. Right. Skills are upgraded. He's even got emergency heal. It's like a PvE build, I think, from before. Mastery is not too important. Um, let's see if I can find that basher. It should be here somewhere. I think it's maybe right there. Yeah. So basher, again, what we're trying to do is make him go the second fastest. So just random pieces, as long as his speed is good, he's going just after your seeker, the booster, and then have a reasonable amount of accuracy to lock out, right? That's the only two stats that I care about: speed and accuracy. Rest of them don't really matter. Again, this champion, I don't have, the gears upgraded either. No relic, right? And I don't think blessing is important. It's got cruelty, and no masteries, right? So those are the three epics along with Ezio that and that was the challenge for the 10 fights. Now, yeah, again, I think Ezio is a good champion. I think he's gonna be great for a lot of players. If you want to use him exclusively for PvP, which is the entire purpose of this video, to use him in PvP, that's why I went with the Poison Elixir and the Lethal Dose Mastery. If you also want to use him for Clan Boss, that might not be the best combination. Over here, I actually realized that, you know, I read the rules again, and it might not. Like, I don't know if the rare champions that we fought, that they're all level 60. I don't know if they count as low level food or not. But just to be safe, we're gonna go come back to the arena list, refresh the list again, and then just fight a couple more, right? Just in case those we're using the exact same team. Just in case if someone might say like those rare teams that we fought are considered food or something, let's just do more than 10. Why not? And make it very clear that what Ezio can do, right? Over here, we get a big nuke. Um, it's looking good. Yeah, just boost, lockout, strip, and nuke, right? Over here, this team could be scary if the Noel is very high resistance build. Yeah, look at their resisted, but apparently not high enough, right? And over here, yeah, big nuke. So Ezio is definitely up to the challenge. He's doing what is required and getting the job done, right? Um, we want to target their fastest champion because the Seeker also has the mastery. I think is Evil Eye that also decreases enemy turn meter, just in case their arbiter somehow is very fast and try to cut in. We target the one that we want, right? So that was 13 fights in total. I don't know which one did count, which one didn't, according to the rules. But I think I've done more than enough to showcase Ezio for the Brotherhood challenge. Um, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, cheers. Bye bye.